Hey everyone, welcome back to an episode of Create with Linda. So I'm excited, guys. Today is my 5-ingredient budget meal collab. So what I'm gonna do is, I've been cheating a little bit, looking around in my arsenal just to get some sort of an idea for you guys. And this is what I decided to do. Now we can use 5 ingredients, and the seasonings and all of that stuff that's in your cabinets already, you know, all those seasonings are free. Condiments are not free, really, you know, but but all your seasonings and stuff are free. So yeah, so I'm gonna get started and show you guys what I'm gonna do in 1 minute. All right, guys. So I went into my pantry. Okay, I found this in my pantry. Okay. This is an extra noodle soup. This was like $1, maybe $1.25 or $1. I don't know where I got this. I might have got this at the Dollar Tree. No, I don't think this was the Dollar Tree. Maybe Dollar General. I forget where I got it, but it was very, very cheap. So this is this meal right here is probably under $5. It's a 5-ingredient meal, budget meal. Now, when I say budget, now, budgeting to me is what you go into your, you go, even though, this aggravates me, I'm sorry. Even though, you know, I'm taking things that I already have in my arsenal, and I'm still thinking about budgeting. I'm still thinking about using my what I have conservatively. And that's how you budget also. That helps you because it makes the food last longer. It makes you utilize what you have, you know, and it really begins with going to the food store and saying, oh, I can make something cheap with this. Oh, I can make something, add this to something. Oh, and make a reasonable, you know, cheap, not cheap as much as budget. Cheap is sound, you know, whatever, but budget, what I mean by budget. And that means, you know, getting the most you can for your money and making things last. And that's what this is about. This is what I'm trying to do. This is just a fun thing. I wanted to show you guys maybe what I come up with. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. What are you doing? What do you got over there? Oh, you want your bone? Mommy get it. Mommy get your bone. Here you go. Get your bone. He couldn't get his bone. So, you know, Cooper always has to be in the film. So yeah, so anyway, so I went in my pantry. I found, I decided I want to do the soup, okay? Now, I'm going to add on to this. This is what I wanted to do also with this. I wanted to show you guys this about a month ago, how to make a quick soup with just boxed soup, if that's all you have, if that's all you can afford, whatever, guys. It's delicious. I grew up on this. I'm going to show you. All right, so my 1 ingredient is the soup, is the 1 pouch of the soup. Carrots that I already have in my refrigerator, okay, that are already sliced up that I used. And yeah, I'm eating it because I haven't eaten this morning. It's 11:45 in the morning and I'm hungry, so I'm just going to have a carrot while I'm talking to you. And that's just Create with Linda, you know that. So, that's 2. I was thinking I'm going to put an onion in it, but that would be 3. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit of onion in it. Although, wait. You know what, guys? I just got a really good creation in my head. I'm sorry. You can make it heartier. But if you want to make it heartier, Okay. All right, so carrots, onion, in my refrigerator, guys. Guess what I have? Chopped meat. I'm gonna put some burger in it. I think that's gonna be really good. All right, so that's three. That's three. Okay. Carrots, soup, some chopped meat. So that's three. If I use onion, that's four. I was thinking of doing like an egg drop noodle soup, but if I put the meat in, I don't know if the egg is gonna go well in there with that. No, I'm not gonna do that. Come up with one other ingredient to add to this. Maybe a little cream. Oh no, I don't think that would be good noodle soup. No. Let me go get the onion. And I'll take you guys back there with me. Alright. Taking you back in here. A little dark back here. Sorry about that. Can't put the light on. Can't reach it because the light's broke and I can't reach it. Okay, so here's onion. Really, Linda? All right, guys. I put my light on. I used the stool and put the light on. So anyway, this is my pantry, guys. You guys have seen my pantry before, but yeah, it's kind of full right now. A lot of canned stuff and all that, which I'm going to be using. This is where I'm going to be budgeting right here. This is my son's stuff right there. He just keeps his stuff separate. He likes to. And here's my pasta stuff, and then we have this section here with Billy's, with the creamers and just things that can't fit in the pantry. But yes, I have a lot of canned goods that I had stocked up on Aldi. But it's the same stuff. It's corn, it's soups, it's string beans, it's potatoes, it's things that I can make meals with. And I got all kinds of like seasonings here, overload of seasonings and condiments and stuff. Yeah. All right, so anyway, this is where I keep my onions and my potatoes. So I'm going to take an onion. I'm going to use a small onion. Well, I don't know. I can cut it in half. I don't have to use the whole thing, but now I only have one hand, so this bag. I thought I opened this bag already yesterday. Okay. Sorry about all the movement. So now, if I use an onion, I'm trying to think, noodles. I don't know if I want to put, maybe I'll put some, maybe some sliced tomato. I think I might do sliced tomato. You know why? Because the chopped meat and tomato will go good together. And I have these tomatoes over here that I need to use up. These tomatoes here in my fruit thing, they're getting a little soft, and I gotta use them up before they. What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. Before they go bad, guys. I buy them and I think, oh, I'm gonna eat them, and then I don't. But what happens is with tomatoes, sometimes if I don't eat them, I'll stick them. I'll chop them up and put them in the freezer, and then I gotta clean this out. I'll put them in the freezer, and then I use them for like soups, like I'm doing, or for what am I thinking? Or for casseroles or whatever I'm gonna use them for. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 2 of these tomatoes, because it's one item, but I'm using 2. Okay. I'm gonna take 2 of the hardest ones. That one. Now, what I really should do is use the soft ones. That's stupid. Yeah, I'm going to use the 2 soft ones. And I'm going to put it in the microwave. I'll show you. I gotta use those today, or I got to freeze them. I'm going to put them in the microwave. I need to sweep this floor. I'm going to put them in the microwave in a bowl. I'll show you. Or I'll put them right in this. I'm going to put them in here in water. And I'm going to boil them in there. for like, let me put more water in there. For like, I'll do like 3 minutes and see. Because what I want to do is I want to get the skin peeled. Now, I could just throw them in with the skin on. And I've done that before. It's not a big deal. But I just feel like taking the skin off today. So I'm going to put this in the microwave on 3 minutes. And let those skins get soft. And then I will chop them and put them in the soup. So that right there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that's 5 items that I'm going to put in. That's my 5 items. Now, I'm not using the garlic the fresh garlic, because I could use my garlic powder, my onion powder, and my seasonings. So that's free, so that doesn't count. So this right here is my 5 items. And I think 5 items is mostly reasonable. But if you were doing it and you could only, you couldn't do 5 items, if you could only do... Let me turn these around so I can see your faces now. I mean, this is for a challenge that I'm doing, or we're doing. But, if you were budgeting and you needed to use, 2 more items, or you just say to yourself, okay, tonight I'm going to use 7 items, and tomorrow night I'm going to use 5 items. Maybe the next night you're going to use 4 items, budget that way maybe. Then you could do that. And if, like I said, I'm doing this for a challenge, so I'm not going to add anything else. But if you wanted to or you needed to, you could add an extra item if you can afford it and you have that in your budget. So that's just a tip that I'm giving you. Obviously, it's kind of self-explanatory. But anyway, yeah. So let's get started with this. I'm very, very excited. I need a towel here. My towels end up on the floor because I have an issue with my refrigerator. My refrigerator lately is, I don't know, it's when it defrosts a little bit, it leaks a little bit. So we take our dish towels and we keep this. It's ridiculous. So, anyway, TMI, guys, too much information. Okay, so while that's boiling up, I'm going to cut up the onion and the carrots. Let me get the bigger one because this is too small. It's too small. Oh. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, guys, is that I'm going to put a hashtag on my title of this video and the description box, and go to that hashtag, and you'll be able to find all the other people that are joining in on this collab, their videos. So I won't have to talk about who else is doing it. You know what I mean? I'm hosting it, and go on there and do the hashtag, and you can see all the other videos, and please do so because they're going to be great. There's 2 or 3 girls doing it, I think, and whoever else would joins in. So go check them out. They're great. They're gonna be great videos, and I think you guys will benefit from watching them. All right, guys. Okay. So let's check the tomatoes. Okay. Yeah, the skin's definitely nice and soft. And let me let this cool off in cold water because I'm not touching them yet because they're very hot. So we'll cut up these, we'll cut up the onion. Now you can put as big of an onion as you want, an onion's an onion, but I'm only gonna put half in, even though I like onion. I think a half of an onion is plenty. But if you want more, an onion is an onion. So that's an item right there, But that's a good way to budget too. A half of an onion, I'm just making this for myself. So I'm just going to use one packet of this. And there's 2 in here, and it makes a lot. This 2 makes, let me see, makes 3 cups. Does it make 3 cups? Yeah, 1 pouch makes 3 cups. So if you were making, we used to make this, the whole box. Like, I would make this for my family, like for my kids, when we were raising them and stuff. And I'd make the 6 cups because, if you have more people. But if it's just me, I'm just gonna make the 1 cup, the one package, which is the 3 cups. So then you have this other packet in here to make it again. You know what I mean? So that's budgeting, and that's, you know, making things stretch and all of that. Okay. All right. So we'll do that. But you know what? Let me see something. Yeah, we got to bring this to a boil anyway. Bring 3 cups of water to a boil. Right. So I'm gonna get this started. Let's do this pot over here. We'll get this started this way. While I'm doing that, this will be boiling. You know, this will be simmering, whatever. I don't know if I need this big. Yeah, I'll use this big pot. So let's do 3. The tomato, look, I picked it up and the skin just came right off of it. Right off of it. So I'm just gonna squeeze out I'm gonna put that right there and let that sit a minute. The skin, see? Right off of it. So simple. Perfect. Perfection. There we go. All right. This just has the tomatoes in it, so that's no big deal. So I'm gonna put 3 cups of water in here. Here's 2. And here's 3. So we're gonna boil this, put this on the stove and boil it. And once that comes to a boil, then we'll put, oh, you know what I wanted to do? This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to, no, I'm gonna do it different. I'm sorry, guys. Don't mind me. I'm gonna do it different. I wanna saute the carrots and the onion. I forget. All right, so let's put this, we'll put this flame on. So we heat up the pan. Let's cut up the onion. Got a little ahead of myself. Okay, let's chop the onion up. Now, you know, there's so many, like, I'm going to be doing more of these budget meals and just go into your, you know, into your arsenal and look and see what you got there. Now, I'm not going to use, I didn't think, but I'm not going to use any olive oil in there because that's an extra ingredient. So what I'll do is I'll just use a little bit of water, just a little bit of water, so the onions have a little bit, and the carrots have a little bit of someplace to go, okay? You know, someplace to have a little moisture in there, and that water will evaporate out too, so. So I'm just gonna put the onions in. Okay. And the carrots I'm going to cut up the carrots very small because I want them to be, I like them a little crunch, but in soup, not so much. So I'm cutting them very, very tiny, guys, see? You see that? But if you like them a little bit bigger, put them a little bit bigger. You know, cut them a little bit bigger. I like carrot in my soup. I sometimes do this when I make canned soup too. I will take a carrot and I will cut it up, and I just love carrot in my soup. So this is what I do. So this is probably gonna go like for a half a carrot, and that's just still one item. So I like carrots, so I'm just gonna cut up this. That's enough right there. And this one's gonna be for me because, like I said, I'm freaking hungry. So, here we go. And this probably could feed 1 to 2 people, I would think. This amount that I'm making. you know, maybe 2 small kids, 1 adult and a small kid, you know. Just here so you guys can see it better. All right, yeah, I'm gonna saute this because I'm gonna saute it with meat. Hello, Linda. I gotta saute the meat. I gotta cook the meat. So I'm gonna put some seasoning, a little salt. I'm gonna salt and pepper the carrots and the onions. Let this cook a minute, and then I'll put the chopped meat in. Okay, garlic powder. I gotta fill my things. I've been saying it for weeks. I gotta do it, I gotta do it, I gotta do it, but I haven't gotten to it yet. Some onion powder, and then some garlic powder. So it's a little dry, you know, but it's not a big deal. It's not that big of a deal. I can add a little bit more water. And, you know, if I wanted to, I could have added a drop of oil, 1 more ingredient. And if you really want to do that, add a little piece of butter. Do that, guys. That's a little piece of your situation that you don't, you know, you're not gonna really lose too much from. You know what I mean? All right, so that's pretty good. Now I'm gonna put the chopped meat in. I'm not gonna use that much chopped meat. Maybe a 1/4 pound of chopped meat, because I don't need that much. But I want it to also be a little filling. You know what I mean? So that should be good. Yeah, there we go. You could also put maybe a small potato in here as one of your ingredients. You can do that. See, in a minute, this meat will start giving off fat. So it's gonna be, it'll nice loosen up the, you know, and all those bits on the bottom there, guys, I will be able to get up, you see? And now that's gonna bring flavor to this soup. You could also use an ingredient. You can also use an ingredient. You could also use celery if you wanted to put a piece of celery, you know, a half of celery in here. You know what I mean. So this is cooking up here now. I'm gonna wait till this gets brown. I'm gonna season it up, and then we're gonna add. Let's let this cook a little bit. And let's do the tomato. And tomato, I'm just going to add a little flavor to it. Add a little color. I'm just squeezing out some of the water. There's really no water in it. But now, this is going to be more like crushed tomatoes in here. Well, not really. But if you want to put whole tomato, you know, if you'd rather a whole tomato, or you didn't want to take the skin off and just chop it up, or you can do a half a can or a can of diced tomatoes, you know what I mean? It's up to you. All right. Okay, so now the chopped meat is cooking. It's just about done. Just yummo. See all that, guys? All that scraping stuff? That's going to come right off with the water now. So now I'm going to put the 4 cups of water in. The 3 cups of water, I mean. Here's 2. And then 1 more. And I'll put the tomatoes in. Well, you know what? Let me scrape the bottom first to get all that flavor off this. You guys, the water is making all that flavor come up. Just scrape it off. Try not to lose any soup like I just did. Again, the second time. All right. So you get all those flavors of that meat and everything come up there in the onions. I'm just going to add a little bit more water because I lost some. We're going to let this come up to a boil. I'm going to put the tomatoes in now. The tomatoes are going to give it an awesome flavor. Once it comes up to a boil, then I'm going to add the noodles in. Add the pouch. So let's let this boil up, and then we'll do that. And this one has the extra noodles. You don't have to buy the one with the extra noodles. The one with the extra noodles was like 10 cents more. But I figured, ooh, I like the noodles, so I got the extra one. But this is Lipton. Years ago, I used to buy the store brand. When I used to go to ShopRite or wherever, Walmart, you can buy the Walmart brand, the Great Value brand. You don't have to buy the Lipton. If you buy the Walmart brand, like when I make my onion soup mix and stuff sometimes, I buy the store brands. They're just as good. Or if I make my, I make my own now, but yeah, it's like probably 15, 20 cents cheaper. So that's another way of budgeting and of lowering your costs when you buy it. You know what I mean, guys? So, yeah. And this right here, you could make soup from a bouillon with water and have spaghetti noodles, break them in half, make a soup that way too. Or if you have a half a piece of chicken bones, whatever, you can make soup that way too. You don't have to buy this. I'm just showing you from what's in my arsenal and what's in my pantry that I used 5 ingredients to make a meal. That's what I'm showing you for what I already have. If you don't have this, it's okay. There's other ways of doing it, like I just said. You know what I mean? And coming up with budget-friendly meals that you could make that are cheap, that are reasonable, budget-friendly. I hate using that word cheap, but it just comes up, cheaper than whatever. So, yeah. Okay? So, just a little tip. Now, I just take this and just do this because I want the soup stuff to, be powdery, which it is. So it's boiling now. Now this soup literally only takes 5 minutes, like 5 minutes once you pour the thing in. You let it simmer for 5. I'll probably let it simmer 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna eat because I'm hungry. I didn't eat yet, so I'm gonna eat today. I'm gonna eat this, guys. Well, obviously that's the whole purpose of making this, this budget meal, so I can eat it and utilize it. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Okay. All right. Nothing like waiting for a pot to boil. Okay, so there's the boil right there we got. Okay. Smells so good. So that goes in. Now that has the... Now what I'm going to do, this is a little tip. I'm just going to add a little bit of water to this, just to get the rest of that seasoning out in there. That's another tip, guys. Get all you can out of it. Let this simmer about 5-10 minutes, and it's done. Ooh, this is going to be so good. And it's going to be hearty, too, you know what I mean? And I'm going to add some grated cheese to mine because I love grated cheese in my soup. And that's another addition that I can add that I'm allowed to. You know what I mean? That I said I would be able to. And you make that decision. You want to add, like I'm saying, you want to add a little bit more if you wanted to add a garlic, fresh garlic or whatever. You can do that. It's all relative. It's all what you think you can afford and how you can stretch it. It's all about that. Smells really good, guys. Smells yummo. Yummo, yummo, yummo. All right, we're gonna let this simmer and then we're gonna eat. All right, so I tasted it. It needed a little bit more seasoning. I added a little bit of salt to it. I added some basil to it, and I added some grated cheese. And I'll probably put grated cheese in with my soup when I eat it. Also, guys, to add something to this, if you have boys or if you have, somebody who just needs a little bit more heartiness in their meal, you can make a grilled cheese. That's budget friendly. 1 slice of cheese on 2 pieces of bread. And to go with this would be awesome. If it's a dinner, it would be more heartier for a grilled cheese and a soup or whatever. If that's all you have in your arsenal, or whatever, or crackers, something like that. So yeah. That's very budget friendly. Nothing is like written in stone. This is not like a, you have to only do five ingredients. I'm just showing you what it would be to try to just use the minimal ingredients. You know what I mean? Where you can make something with those minimal ingredients. That's all. You know what I mean? So yeah. So this is just about ready. I'm just letting it come to, I'm lowering it now. I'm gonna shut it off. There's a little fat that came to the top from the chopped meat, which is fine because it's 80-20, but that's okay. You want a little bit of that fat in there. That flavors it. I'm just gonna check and make sure the noodles are done. If the noodles are done, then it's done, because I'm telling you that I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm getting hangry now. So let's taste this. Let it cool off a minute. Let this cool off. Oh. Spoon's hot. Spoon's hotter than anything. Mm. 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 Guys, so yummy. I'm so hungry. Okay, let me get this in a bowl for me, or a cup. Maybe I'll put it in. I'll put it in my bowl that I always use. I love this bowl. Yummy. So budget friendly. So delicious. And this is, you could feed 2 people with this. Maybe even like 3 little kids, or 2 adults. Especially if it's the main meal, The noodles, the chopped meat. I'm not going to eat all this. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'll eat this all day. I will, because of the sleeve, All right, guys. A little bit of cheese. I was going to say I put fresh parsley in, but no, because that's an ingredient out of my fridge. But I can put some dried parsley. Use some Italian seasoning. I could put a little Italian seasoning in. And we'll put some dried parsley in. Oh, you know what? I can put some thyme in too. I bet your thyme would make it nice. I'm not going to put dried parsley. I'm just going to put thyme and guys, you have all this stuff that's in your cabinets already. You know what I mean? Okay. All right, guys, this is gonna be hot, but it's gonna be freaking good. Now look at that. Look at how hearty that is. Just added a little bit of that chopped meat, like a couple of, handfuls, the carrots, the noodles, and by getting the double noodles, or even if you just use spaghetti, you could add a little bit of broken up spaghetti in there. That's a good tip if you have spaghetti in your house, you know what I mean? Or even some elbows, anything that will make it heartier. Because if this is going to be like a main meal, you need it to be a little hearty, you need it to be filling. You want to walk away from the table, with a full belly. You don't want to be like, oh, I'm hungry still, And, so that's why I'm saying this is cheap enough to add a sandwich to it, grilled cheese, or, if you have turkey or tuna fish or egg salad, whatever. Toast, you know what I mean? Something solid. That's all I'm trying to say. That broth, really good. So good. Nice and warm and toasty. And I tell you, if it wasn't for the gastric sleeve that I had, I would have a sandwich right now with this, or a piece of toast. It's just that I know that that's going to fill me up, the bread, so I'm just going to have what's here, eat the soup, and I'll graze on this for a couple hours probably. I can't eat this all at once, but I'll eat it. I'll definitely eat all of this, but it'll take me an hour. You know what I mean? Really good, guys. Look at all those noodles. Look at that. Yummo. Okay, I'm going to take one more spoonful. Then I'm going to end this video so I can get it up for you guys so you guys can check it out. I'm hungry. I'm hungry, and I love the little pieces of the chopped meat in there. Look at that. Even if you had sausage, you could put, like I had ground sausage in the freezer. If I didn't have the chopped meat in the refrigerator, I could have just defrosted that, or took a little piece of it and put it in with the soup. It would be delicious. The sausage. I know I'm still eating because I'm hungry. I don't really see the tomatoes. They kind of broke up, but they made the broth really like tomatoey, you know what I mean, which I like. You can see the color, So good. So delicious. All right, guys. Let me go so I can get back to my soup. Listen, thank you so much for whoever joined in with me with doing this collab. Thank you, people. I love all of you. This was a lot of fun. Sorry. It's nice to be able to help this community with budgeting and, keeping more money in your pocket and keeping more food in your pantry. Last longer, guys. That's a lot of fun, and I'm really, really enjoying this. So I'm going to be doing some more of these budget meals. I don't know if I'm going to do the collab. Whoever wants to join in could join in, whatever. But I'm definitely going to be doing my own budget-friendly meals more often, because this is what I'm trying to do now, okay? I'm trying to, I've been trying to do this for a while, before the holidays, now after the holidays, trying to get back into everything, into the swing of things. I'm so sorry I haven't gotten my sanctuary video up yet. I will get it up either today or tomorrow. Just a lot going on. We have a funeral later on today, so it's kind of been a little stressful, but yes. So thank you for joining in. I hope you guys enjoyed this budget 5-ingredient video, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribers button, because when you subscribe, you really help my channel grow. And I so appreciate all of you. Don't forget to hit that notification button with that bell, so you guys can be notified every time I upload a new video. Like and share and comment down below. Thank you so much for coming into my kitchen and creating with me. I love all of you, and I'm going to see you on the next video. Thank you, guys. I love you. Thank you for putting up with my horrendous, my stuff, whatever it's called here. Love you guys. Bye. See you on the next one. Bye.